And we are joined now by Panthers middle linebacker Luke Kuechly, who I should say congratulations to on your new contract, Luke.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, too.
Of course, no problem. You know, you get this done right before the wire, before the season starts. How important was that for you to get it done before games actually started being played?
Well, good. You know, it's great to get it done now. Now it's behind us. Now we can really concentrate on the season. And, you know, I'm just really, happy to be part of this organization. I got to, put a thank you to Mr. Richardson, Mr. Gutterman, Coach Rivera, and my guys at CA for making this happen. It was an easy process. And, I'm very fortunate to be part of this organization that's provided me with the opportunity to play in the NFL.
Now, it's always a little strange when you're talking about how much money somebody makes, but it's out there. You're the highest paid middle linebacker in the NFL now with that 5-year, $62 million extension. What is that like to be recognized, not just among the elite, but as the guy in the National Football League?
Well, I take a lot of pride in what I do. I don't try not to think of myself as anything like that. I think there's a lot of great linebackers out there right now, and for me, what I try to take pride in is just, how I prepare and what I do each game. So, I take a lot of pride in that, and for me, I'm not worried about, being labeled this or that. I just want to go out there and help my team win and do whatever I can to do that.
Well, you're seeing what's going on with some other teams that have very good defenses. Cam Chancellor holding out with the Seahawks. You guys now essentially have your quarterback signed on the offensive side of the ball in Cam Newton, and you're the quarterback of the defense. You're signed. And you've signed some other guys to contracts as well, Greg Olsen. To have these tent post type players locked up, what does that mean to the Panthers?
Well, I think it really establishes the culture of your team. You look at the guys we signed. Cam is one of our big guys. Everybody knows him. He's a great guy to have in the locker room. He works hard. He's a quarterback of our offense, obviously. And then you look at Thomas Davis, a guy that's been a Panther his whole career. You look at what he stands for, how he works, his work ethic, what he's been through. And then Greg Olsen's the other big guy that we signed.
Well, let me ask you about the realistic expectations for you guys this year. Obviously, you win the division, you make the playoffs, but you only had 7 wins. That's a little different. It's happened before. It doesn't happen very often. What should we expect to see from the Carolina Panthers this year?
A team that's going to be more consistent. I think that's what hurt us last year is we were really good in some games, and then other games we didn't play as well, and that kind of caught up to us. So one of our biggest goals this year is to really be consistent. Prepare each game, have a great attitude, and put forth great effort. And I think that's something that if we can put forth each game on a consistent basis, I think we got the coaches, the players to win quite a few games this year.
All right, you start with the Jags. What's the biggest concern with Jacksonville going into the opener?
I think Blake Bortles is a good quarterback. You look at what he's done. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, he can throw the ball. I think he's got a lot of confidence right now, so he's going to be one of those guys that we're going to have to watch out for. And you look at what they have around him. The wide receivers, they got a lot of depth there. I think he's going to have some options to throw the ball. I think at running back, they got some guys. I think Denard Robinson's a guy you can give the ball on an inside zone. You can take it the distance. So I think they, offensively, they go behind Bortles, and I think he's a great guy for their organization. We got to make sure we're on our A game for him.
And finally, Luke, before we let you go, once this was done and agreed to, I'm talking about your new contract extension, who was the first person you called or texted?
I called my dad, then I just called my mom. So those are the two important people that have helped me get to where I am now. So you got to make sure you call those guys and make sure they're aware of the situation. And a lot of credit goes to them getting me to where I am now, and I really appreciate it.
But you're playing in 2 days. You don't even have time to celebrate. When are you going to do that?
Oh, I don't know. Whenever that happens. For me, I'm really excited about the season that's coming up. We've worked hard all off season, all camp, and now we get an opportunity to go play another team, and it should be a lot of fun.